Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are doing a soft glam that I do every day. It's not necessarily a makeup tutorial, but I wanted to show you guys what is a part of my routine. So if you guys want to achieve this look, go ahead and keep watching and let's get started with today's video. So first, I like to start off with a clean, bare face, and just to help get me up for the day. And then I'll go in with a sunscreen. I haven't necessarily found one that I liked, but any sunscreen will do. And I make sure that I spread it evenly on my face, whether it's my cheeks, jawline, forehead, just everywhere. And I also like to add it to my neck too, because I'm very big on protecting my skin from the sun. And then I'll go in with my primer. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It is the best primer I've actually used. I've also tried their pink one with the niacinamide, and I don't know, it just doesn't stick or hold my makeup as well as this one. I don't know, this one is just amazing. But yeah, same thing. I will spread it evenly across my face, my cheeks, jawline, above my eyes, forehead, everything, just to make sure I have it covered everywhere. And then moving on to foundation, I like to use the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, Dewy Plus Smooth, and my shade is Classic Ivory 120. And then I like to shake the bottle just to make sure that the foundation is mixed evenly. And since the bottle doesn't have a pump, I go in with this small brush and I like to put the foundation on my jawline first just to make sure that it's matching my skin tone as I put it on. And then grabbing some more product and just starting to build upwards, putting it on my cheeks and underneath my eye, and kind of just filling in the spots that I think need foundation when I go ahead and blend later. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, starting off on the jawline and then just building upwards, making sure that I'm spreading it evenly and covering the spots that I want covered up. And then I'll go ahead and focus underneath my eye a little bit more just because I have a little bit of dark circles and I want to make sure that they are covered. And then once I think that's good enough, I like to focus on my eyebrows next. So I like to outline them with foundation. So I'll rub the excess foundation on my forehead and then I'll go in to outline my eyebrow. So I like to glide my brush in a straight line, really defining the shape of my brow. And I feel like whenever I do this, it just really makes my eyebrows look full and just like freshly done. I don't know, just something about it. I just really like how it turns out. And then with whatever excess product I have on the brush, I'll just go ahead and shape the middle a little bit and then go ahead and blend the excess foundation from before. And then I'll go in with my fluffy brush and just blend everything out. And then doing swiping motions on the rest of my face, really making sure that it's all blended out, even into my hairline and even a little bit down my neck. I also like to do around my mouth as well because I want to make sure that every spot is for sure covered. And same thing with the other side, making sure everything is blended out and patting underneath my eye to make sure it has good coverage. And then I also like to go over my eyelids to blend that too. Then lastly, I'll move on to my forehead where I blend out my eyebrows just a little bit more and then whatever else is left on my forehead. I'll check to see if it's blended enough, and if I think it's good, I'll move on with the same brush I used to apply my foundation, and I'll add some to my neck only because I think this foundation kind of oxidizes and I don't want it to be too obvious. And then I'll go in with my big fluffy brush, same as before, and blend it out on my neck. Then I wanted to go in with my setting spray. I'm using the Morphe Luminous Setting Mist, and it is my favorite setting spray of all time. And I'm basically spraying it all over my face just so it could lock in my foundation, and I'm adding a little bit more foundation underneath my eyes so I can add my concealer on top of it. I'm using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the color Fair, and I'm putting that underneath my eye but also underneath my nose just because I kind of get redness there and I really want to cover it up. And then I get the same fluffy brush I was using with the foundation and I do a little bit of a patting motion just so it could really seep into my skin and like blend like flawlessly. Then making sure I'm patting my concealer without taking the coverage away, and I kind of go in an upwards motion towards my temple just to really give myself that snatched look. And I do the same thing on the other side, just blending it out and bringing it upward. Then normally I prep my lips before I do any of these steps, but I forgot, so I'm putting on my Aqua for now. Then I go in using the Maybelline Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer in the color Deep, And I use this angled brush to contour my nose, and I start off at the tip of my nose, then the top of the ball of my nose, and then I start to draw lines to make my nose appear slimmer. I do want to try a new concealer or contour stick. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. And then I'll go in with my small fluffy brush, trying to blend everything out and get rid of those harsh lines. I try to make it look as natural as possible, so I will literally take my time until I think it looks really good. And then moving on to blush, this is a powdered one from e.l.f. This is the Primer-infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. I go ahead and grab another fluffy brush and dab it into the product just a little bit. And then when I'm ready to apply, I like to go in an upwards motion on my face, trying to give myself that more lifted look even with my blush. And so I just kind of spread that around, pat it a little bit, and then I'll put some on my nose just to, kind of have that cute little blushy look. And then I go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, going like around my cheekbone, going towards my temple. Again, trying to have that cute lifted look. Sometimes I wear a liquid blush, but I couldn't get mine open, which is why we went with a powdered blush today. Then moving on with setting powder, I'm going in with e.l.f.'s HD powder in the color Sheer. Absolutely love this one. This one does not give me like a weird color tint, like it's truly sheer. And I'll add some of the product onto the cap and then dab it underneath my eyes, making sure that my concealer won't crease at all, because that gives me the ick. And then with any excess powder I have, I just kind of move it around, making sure that it's blended into my face, especially areas where I think it would be really oily, and just making sure everything looks even. And then moving on to eyeshadow, this is the Morphe 25A palette, and I'm going into the color Sand Dollar, and I'm going to spread that all over my lid. I wanted something that was blendable and neutral, and something that was a few shades darker than my skin tone. I feel like this blends in so nice. I think it looks really pretty. And then going in with the small bristle brush, I'm going into the color Chase. I'm going to dab a little bit onto my brush and then go in the corner of my eye, doing slight tapping motions, but also kind of moving upward to blend it out a little bit. And then do the same thing on my other eye, making sure that the corners are blended out really nice. And then with the same brush and the same color, I'm gonna line underneath my eye, and I'm blending it upwards, kind of like a reverse cat eye but smoky. And then I'll double check both sides, and then this is what it looks like so far. And then I'll go in with the eyeliner pencil. I'm using the NYX eye pencil in the color Black, and what I like to do is I like to line my upper lash line. So I'll go ahead and start in the outer corner, and then I'll just drag it towards the middle. And this makes my lashes look a lot fuller. I love to do this every single time I do my makeup. Even though it's very slight, I feel like it really makes a difference. And then moving on with my Cover FX powder, this is the Pressed Mineral Foundation in the color N40, and I like to use this as a slight contour because it's a little bit darker than my skin tone. So I'll blend it out on my jawline, my cheekbones, my hairline, kind of giving me like just a little slight shadow. And now on to my favorite part, mascara. I'm using the Telescopic Mascara from Loreal, and this is my favorite mascara. I don't care what anyone says, this actually lifts up my lashes. Like, look at that, just from me rubbing it on my lashes like 3 times, like it already like lifted them up so much. And then look at that difference. This is just me swiveling it back and forth between my lashes, and just wow, it just adds so much length and lift. I'm telling y'all, this is the best mascara. Like, this is fake lashes in a bottle, but basically what I'm doing is I'm moving the brush back and forth between my lashes, making sure that they don't clump together and that they're really fanned out. And then I'll go to my bottom lashes and slightly comb through them. And this mascara adds a lot of length, so I'm only gonna comb over my bottom lashes like 3 to 4 times, just because I don't want them to look way too long and I don't want the look to be super dramatic. And then I'll go in with my highlighter kit. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. And then I'm going into the color Starburst, and I'm going to highlight right underneath my brow, giving my face a little bit more definition. And then I'll get some more product and do the same thing to my nose bridge, highlighting it to make it appear a little bit more slimmer. And then I'll add just a little bit to the tip of my nose as well. And then for lip liner, I'm using the NYX lip liner in the color Mahogany. I usually use brown, but I couldn't find it, and I have a whole bunch of these. But I'm basically gonna slightly outline my lips. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to show a slight plump. And then I'll go ahead and outline my bottom lip and then the edges as well, just to kind of give it that more plump effect. And then I'll rub my lips together just to blend it out a little bit more. And then to finish the entire look off, I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Creme Brûlée, which, by the way, this stuff smells amazing. I love the way it smells. But I'm just applying it like I would regular lip gloss, just to blend in my lip liner a little bit more. And then this is the final look. Again, it's an everyday soft glam that I love to do all the time. It is real simple and easy, and it makes you look really natural and just enhancing your natural beauty. But that is pretty much it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching my everyday soft glam tutorial. I am in no way a professional. I am just a girl who loves to do makeup. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!